Okay, there we go. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Coffee and Art, now late afternoon. And thanks, everybody, for being here. I wanted to do my Inktober, at least I'm trying to do one a week, at least one every 5, 6 days on video. The rest I'm just posting pictures of. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all the ones I've done so far. We're going to do day 12, and we're going to do a lobster. So if y'all didn't know, I'm trying to do a nautical theme for all of my Inktober 2015, and we will put a link to Mr. Jake Parker in the description box. But I'm going to go ahead and show you all the ones I've done so far. I'm keeping it all nautical. So, and some of the girls have been giving me ideas of some more because I'm running out of things to nautical. So they've given me a whole bunch of selections that I can do to last the rest of the month. So we did a crab on day one, a starfish on day two, sea turtles on day three, coral on day four, clownfish on day five, shells on day six, betta fish day seven, an octopus on day eight, a lionfish on day nine, kelp for day 10. And in case you didn't know, I was running out of ideas on day 11 yesterday. We did SpongeBob and Patrick. They're nautical. They are nautical. It is sticking with the theme, people. Ah! Okay, so now we're going to, hopefully with a little bit of light adjustment here, focusing some things with the light, I'm going to draw a lobster. So, oh, good, Galena. Yeah, usually we nap during Jean or Carrie. I'm glad to know that I'm nap worthy. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to draw a straight on lobster. Um, I'll have to tilt my thing here. Well, I've just got a Google image of a lobster, guys. And I do think, though, at the end of, did I say starfish twice? I didn't mean to, Carrie. Anyway, at the end of all 31 days, I'm doing them all in black and white because I'm trying to just like get in practice again for inking. And because it's been a long time since I inked anything significantly. I ink, I sketch with ink, I do the Danny Gregory things and all that. But it's just a challenge to really kind of focus and do some ink drawings with this Inktober challenge. So at the end, because I'm doing them all in black and white, at the end of the 31 days, the first week in November, maybe the first Monday of November, my usual stream day, I'm thinking about coloring all 31 of them. Now, when I say color, I don't mean like a full on, like an oil painting coloring. I mean, just, throwing some orange on the clownfish, throwing some pink on Patrick, that sort of thing. Uh, yeah, because Patrick is a starfish. Gotcha, Vicky. Okay. So, anyway, you guys. All right, so I'm just going to kind of sketch out. Now, his claws are big, so he's going to have to keep his body kind of short here because this paper is only 8.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to have to kind of keep everything pretty tiny to get those big claws in there. And you probably won't be able to see much at the sketch stage, but I got to make sure he's going to fit in here. You know what I mean? So, and I tried to find one that was kind of showing all his parts. He's not going to really look like he's really swimming like some of the other ones do because um, I wanted one that's kind of flattened out so you could see all the parts rather than, one curled up like he's on a dinner plate. Yeah. Okay, bye, Orla. Okay, so I was here for so long that Orla Angel got her baseboards and crown molding waxed. I don't even know what to think of that. Okay, all right, Jean. Jean's going full screen, so she said no chatting, i.e., she wants to nap. Okay, love you, Jean. Yeah, Jean likes to nap at my streams. She's just being nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna. All right, so let's kind of get this lobster tail kind of thing in here. And it's really funny when you really study the different components of whatever you're drawing, you really start noticing like this could look so mechanical, this could look so steampunk, this could look so, there's just lots of things you could really envision just from drawing, more detail. So I'm just going to kind of sketch it out and then I'll ink over it. Then we'll erase the sketches. And it's kind of like they're jointed. I'm just telling y'all things I think about when I'm like sitting here doing this. I'm thinking, wow, they could really be um, like, I don't know what the word is, like jointed, where they're, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Kind of like, how dinosaurs, their bones and stuff, you look like they all bend. I know there's a toy that does that. What am I thinking of? Oh, well, I'll just draw. And it also reminds me of, remember what movie was it? There was some movie where they were drilling. I don't know if it was a sci-fi, old 50s sci-fi. I can't see his eyes very well in here. I don't know if they were drilling like some kind of underground. Maybe one of y'all will know what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. It kind of looked like a spiral thing like this, and it would drill through, and it would kind of like push the dirt behind it, and it was drilling through tunnels and drilling tunnels. I don't know. Yeah, they're flexible. Yeah, and that's kind of like you see the dinosaurs and then natural history museums and stuff with the bones, and it just, I don't know, just things like that I think about when I'm drawing. Try to use my imagination. What could I make this into? And their legs, it looks like they got three parts on their legs. They have four legs and then two claws. But their legs look like, let's see, there's a claw, and then there's like, that's all kind of one piece there. Then they got like an elbow joint, and then they got this other little joint. See, that kind of goes like that. Yeah, like a drill. Yeah, it's kind of like a drill thing. Somehow, Vicky, I'm remembering a science fiction movie like from the 50s it was kind of like a spiral drill thing, and it would drill through caves. It would make caves. Maybe I don't know where I don't remember where that memory is from. Y'all are probably all laughing at me like, "Oh, that's so and so." Was it Journey to the Center of the Earth? I don't remember. Hubster would know. Okay, I need to squeeze in another leg there. I got to get four legs in there. But these are the kind of things that I wonder that people that are inventors, if they've looked at things like this and invented things based on the configurations of joints and okay, now these two legs have little claws on us. I did not know that. There's little claws on these two legs. Those two front legs have little claws on them. And I can't see them because they're behind the big claw. There was one in Arnold Schwarzenegger Going to Mars movie, Vicky. That drilling thing through a cave, maybe, I don't know. I'll try to find out about that and get back with you guys. All right. So, yeah, these two front arms, I did not know that they had claws. I'm running out of room to fit in those big claws. The big Mama Jamba claw. These need to come out a little bit more. This needs to be longer. A little bit. Maybe it's the Jules Verne. You know what I mean, Jules Verne? We've already used. I think we've used that one. And okay, there's a lot of bumpy stuff on that, and then there's a little claw thing here, and then there's a little claw. I'm gonna run out of. I'm not gonna fit this in. Seriously, I've drawn him too big. He needs to be half that size. I'm gonna have to start over. Yeah, the Pat Boone James Mason movie. Yeah. Um, yeah, I've got to start over, guys. I drew him way too big. He's not going to fit. Not going to fit. Now I'm going to get a fresh piece of paper because I don't want all that smeary stuff on my, nice, supposedly nice drawing. Okay, let's start. All right, so let's start again. All right. His body is going to have to be like less than, it's going to have to be way smaller to fit on this little page. So it's got a few joint areas there. Goes back. Okay. Let me sketch them in before I start getting concentrating on those details, which I should have done in the first place anyway. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to fit them all in. Got these like mandibles. Kind of creepy. They're kind of spider-like, By the time we get done with this, no one's going to want to ever eat a lobster again. Okay, well this one, the lobsters that have one big claw bigger than the other, they're right-handed or left-handed. This one's, both the claws are almost the same. One's a little fatter and one's a little pointier, but they're pretty much the same size. But that's interesting. Rain said that lobsters that have one claw bigger than the other means that they're right or left-handed. Now, she could be just making that up, and I'm totally falling for it. But anyway, okay, so here we go. So let's get these big ones. Yeah, I could totally be falling for that, Rain. Would you lie to me? I don't know. I don't know, Rain, would you? All right, so now let's see. He's got his antlers. I think I'll just have his like antenna feelers, whatever they're called. What are they called, Rain? Oh my goodness, I tell ya. And and they look like little like this inside and their legs. It's like there's like inside they look like that, you know? And then the claw comes off of that. But that's really, it's like almost like you could see those legs in, you know, like, like those little cups. You know those little cups that flatten out, the little drinking cups you used to be able to buy, those little plastic drinking cups like this. You know those little plastic drinking cups? And then you could pull them, they'd come out like that, you know? Is that upside down? That's what the claw reminds me of. Okay, all right. Yes, we'll get this done here shortly. This is the things I think about when I'm drawing. I'm just talking it out. So we at least want to get the basic sketch there. And there's his little eyes. Before I start going in there with pen, you know? And each one of these is kind of like its own little individual section. But anyway, back to inventors. I just think, this kind of stuff is what would really make you think about inventions. Okay, there's not a lot of jointed areas right in there. Would make you think about inventions and stuff. And stuff. Collapsible cups, yeah. Their antenna, you looked it up. Okay, thank you, Rain. All right, so there we go. There's our little lobster. Now there's more detail on the legs, but I'll just use the pen to put that in. But you see how much smaller I had to make him to get those big claws to fit? All right, let's ready to ink. We're ready to ink and roll. All right, so I'm just going to pour out a little bit of ink over here in my little ink stone right here. I'm going to brush. All right, first I'm going to get a basic, sketch it out with a pen. Uh-oh, let me get a baby wipe before I get ink all over everything. Okay. Just a little drop of ink. I mean, it goes, look, all that ink, just from one little bit. It goes everywhere, I'm telling you. All right, so now let's go ahead and kind of get the basic, shape in here. Now that we have our little map of where we're going. There's like almost like the claws have teeth. They're very serrated. Like that's where the invention of serrated knives and scissors came from. Zigzag scissors, what are those called? Yeah, zigzag, the scissors with teeth. That's where they invented that. They saw a lobster claw. I actually have an excellent book on inventions. It's really interesting how where they came up with their ideas. Oh, good grief. No, not at all, Rain. I personally love, I don't know, this is just me. I've always liked people that, not that they think they know it all, but they really do know a lot. That information and knowledge about stuff fascinates me. I never think someone's a know-it-all. If they really know it, then they do know it, What's wrong with that, Rain? You know, if you know it, you know it. Don't apologize for what you know. Okay, so it does look like they have some sort of mandibles thing. It's hard to see the... Oh my goodness, you know what? It's really weird. Even on their antenna, is that what it was called? Antenna? Did we say that? They have a little retractable looking thing on the... I mean, it looks like that on their antenna. Awesome. I've never looked this close at a lobster, can you tell? I never have looked this close at a lobster. All right, let's get them based. I mean, let's get the bulk of the stuff in here. He's got these kind of things that come around his eyes like that. And his body comes around this way. It comes around this way. I want to make sure when I ink it that I ink them looking like individual sections, not just draw a straight line. I mean, I did that with the pencil to block him in, but he actually has like little individual parts, and I want him to look like that. So I'm kind of being careful to indicate that. You know, like individual bits. Like that. Now his tail, he's got one kind of like edge up there, and then he's got, they're kind of like, reminds me of acorns, the way they flap over. It's kind of like that. Not acorns, pine cones. You know, like how pine cones go like this. Or the shutters on a roof. Okay. Something like that. This needs to come down just a little. Guys, look up the song Lester the Lobster. Jean, did you have to reduce your screen to come back and tell us about Lester the Lobster? Sarah's putting in lobster biology links. You guys are so fun, I tell you. All right, so let's start with, oh, let me get this claw in here. It kind of comes around like that. And each section is like within the other. So you didn't know what you were getting into at this Inktober drawing, did you? You're going to get lobster biology 101. And then again, it's got those little serrated teeth looking things on that claw there. I don't want to get it too big though. I want to keep it kind of in proportion there. All right, now let's draw those legs. Again, you know what it looks like? Now, tell me if I'm wrong, lobster biologist, but all right, so these first legs have, again, they're in sections, and the first two on this side have claws. I'm wondering if the claws fall off, or if they lose a leg, do they grow new claws? Or, because this back leg, it just has a little pointy thing on it. It doesn't have a full claw. So I'm wondering, see, look, this leg just has a little tip on it, a little claw tip. But these first two legs here and this first leg all have claws on them. So do these grow into this? If they lose a claw, will this like grow into a, no, that's asking for too much growth right there. I don't know. Maybe these are just little sub claws, little extra workers. My daughters would be going, Mom, you're over analyzing. That's what I do when I watch movies with Hubster. Well, who said this? Did this person gonna do that? Is that person gonna just watch it and see? But what about this and what about that? And he gets so mad because I can figure out the movies by talking them out. Like I'll talk out the movie and I'll have it figured out. I'll give you an example. What's that movie? I can't remember the name of it. Where Bruce Willis, the little boy saw dead people. 5 minutes into that movie, I said, Bruce Willis is dead. And he goes, no. I went, yeah. The little kid said he sees dead people. Bruce Willis is dead. And then, that's the kind of thing I'll talk it out till I figure it out. And it makes them mad. But, oh, sorry for spoiler alert if you haven't seen that. No talking during movie. You don't live here. You don't live here, Uli. You said it too, see? Sixth Sense. Yeah, Sixth Sense. It's like, come on. This isn't that difficult. Okay, so that's got those joints there. It's got that one, and this one. Kind of like that. It needs a little bit of a bend in it. Okay, so anyway, these two have little claws on them. But this little piggy had none. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting giddy now. Okay, this little piggy had none because this one only has a claw on this front one. The second one doesn't have a claw. What's with that? Just saying. I can't see the joints in that one very good. Let's see. Yeah, Vicky's going, sorry, YouTubers. If you're watching this recording, we apologize. Vicky. Okay, so this one has a claw. Just a little one, just a tiny little claw. I gotta tell you, this is starting to creep me out a little bit. It's getting to look a little alien-like here. It's getting a little face hugger. That's probably where they got that from. A lobster. Starting to look a little face huggerish. Oh, sorry, spoiler. I'm having too much fun for a Monday, guys. Too much fun for a Monday. Okay. Vicky doesn't get creeped out that she's a Walking Dead gal. I mean, she's not a Walking. She loves the show Walking Dead, so that's not going to creep her out. I'm sure. Okay, so it's kind of like that. Let me see about his antenna. Do I want this one coming in front as well or going behind? Let's see, maybe just kind of like that. Something like that. Okay. What do y'all think? Do I watch? No, I don't watch The Walking Dead. No, you're not going to get any spoilers out of me except that they film 5 miles from my house. That's the only spoiler you're going to get. Okay, so now I think I'm going to carefully, try to erase some of these pencil lines now and make sure, I'm watching to make sure my ink is dry and not smearing, although it's a Faber-Castell small pit pen that I just kind of sketched this out with. And I think it's pretty well dry because I didn't like cake it on or anything. Now, if I'd done that, the brush part, you got to really watch when that's dry, like Fran was saying earlier. You gotta, you don't want to be erasing over a bunch of wet ink. And how do I know? All right, so let me just take a sip of cold coffee, check the chat. So if you're watching the recording, thanks everybody for watching. Um, Thanks everybody for being here. I can't believe we still have almost 60 people watching this, watching us dissect a lobster with pen and ink. Hey, Packer Die. And speaking of Packer Die, we were asking earlier, are you going to still plan on doing Wednesday streams? I mean, I know things happen and you don't know for sure, but I mean, is that your plan? We were all wondering. Okay, so there's the basic lobster. He looks so, he kind of looks very, like he's not really swimming or anything. He's just kind of there. But, all right, so we're going to go for it here. Let's go ahead and start inking. You would like to? Okay. Well, we were wondering. All right, so I'm going to start back here at the tail so I don't set my hand in the ink. And see if we can kind of get our thin and thick lines, which is easy to do with the brush. And again, I was using this brush pen, but it ran out of ink. Where'd it go? This one, and I haven't had figured out how to fill it yet because actually this is the cartridge part that you just buy a new one of these. I mean, it's like, why don't you just buy it? I don't know. Anyway, I just bought the one and I don't have any refills for it. So really, I really like using a brush anyway. So, I mean, dipping the, this kind of. So I want to get the. I have to hold my breath a little on some of this. Yes, I'm holding my breath. How did you know? How did you know, Julia, I was holding my breath? Usually my husband's the only one that says something about that. Why are you moaning while you're arting? I said, I'm not moaning. You're going, ooh, I'm holding my breath. Yes, I'm holding my breath. So if you hear me, I'm not moaning. I'm not moaning, people. I'm just getting the darkest darks kind of blocked in with the, and then I'll go back with the cross hatching and stuff like that with the brush, I mean the pen again. I think it'd be easier for me to do these antenna with a brush than the pen. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to. Even though they do have kind of a highlight on them, maybe I can keep a bit of that brush, I mean the pen. Okay, let's see. I think I can probably get the rest with the pen. All right. Hey Barb, we're here all day. Anybody else popping in? Hey Tracy. Y'all welcome Uli from Sweden. Hey CB and CB Lisha. Danny Diva. Who else? Hey Juanita. Good to see you. Trying to see if there's anybody else I missed. I think I said hi to the Marys and Meg. Sandy with the P. RX Sweet Lady. I mean RX. RV. RV Sweet Lady. Southern Alabama gal. Thanks everybody for being here. This is, I think, this is video number 4. So hopefully that lighting is okay, guys. So this is what we got so far. Now I'm going to hit it with the heat gun because I don't want my hand when I'm getting in there with the cross hatching. I don't want to get in there and, you know, smear anything. So I'm going to go ahead and heat gun. As long as I have time to make the big salad today. It's almost 3 o'clock. I cannot believe it's almost 3 o'clock, guys. I got on here at 8. Some days I'm just like in the mood, you know? Some days I just want to art, art, art. Well, I do art every day, but I mean, stream, I should say. Stream my art all day. All right, let's see. I'm going to turn this so I can get some straight on lines. So some I'm just doing lines for shadows. Some I'm doing a little bit of cross hatching. But the little tail's got a little bit of shadow right along the edge. You're mostly confused. I hope we're not confusing you. All right, now let's see here. Each one of these little jointed areas have like another like little separate little line to them. So I'm going to kind of do. Yes, I'm holding my breath. I heard myself that time. I heard myself go, So yes, I am holding my breath. And I know you can't see me doing this. These tiny little lines. But it has to be done. A little shadow there. Each one of those little parts. And then it needs to make it look a little rounded. I'm going to do some little thick and thin lines, or thin and thick and thin. So that looks kind of like that. You could see it. Okay, Gary. I'm seriously, this is really starting to creep me out. This lobster, the individual little bits. I mean, really, it's starting to look a little alien face hugger-ish. All right, it needs a little shadow right in there. And again, I think I'm going to do that. I usually can get one of these little Inktober drawings done in about an hour. We've been working at it for like 45 minutes. Of course, a lot of talking too, but you know. Give some of these leg parts a little shadow. The tiniest little bits really matter. You know, those little lines, just give it a little shadow here and there. It really makes a difference. I'm enjoying it because I haven't done it for so long that it just like makes me remember all the details when you do a pen and ink drawing. In this detail, like I said, I use Danny Gregory's like draw every day kind of stuff where you're supposed to draw just in ink so you don't start erasing and all that. So it's not like I haven't drawn anything in ink, but I guess I just really started wanting to do real detail where I was paying attention more. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just enjoying it. All right, so this side's going to need a little bit of shadow coming off of it here. Just on that other side of him. Not too terrible. It's not as dark as the black paint, ink brush. Yeah. It's not that dark, so I'm just want a little shadow on the other side, but not as thick as a brush. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Almost could use a few, just a couple lines down the center there. Kind of give it a little bit of roundness. Vicky says, we're enjoying it too. We may never eat lobster again, but we're enjoying it. I know, right, Vicky? So I'm just putting some details, some little, right on the joints and stuff, a little bit more cloth-like points and bends. Just put little shadows under the claw there. And then this one, let's see if I can do it at this angle. To go both ways, kind of like in an arc. And then there's a different shadow right there, the claw. And they got some little, like those little serrations there on their little teeth-like things on inside their claw. Got a little detail here. Okay, let's see. Who's coming to Barb's house? I missed that. Thanks, Brenda Blue. Hey, Jess. Yeah, I didn't see who Barb said was coming to her house on Wednesday. All right, a little bit, I'm going to cross hatch a little bit more in certain areas. It needs to be just a little darker here and there. Oh, Larkspur Vicky's going to be at your house. Awesome. Are you going to try to stream? I'm sure you will. Okay, I think I'm going to call that done. So this was, let me come down here a little. Inktober, is it 12? Yeah. I'm doing the numbers darker just so that I can really at a glance know the day. So again, I'll put Mr. Jake Parker's link in the description box. And hope y'all enjoyed all the streamage today. I'll upload all the videos to YouTube. Let me get a little bit more definition where those legs are attached. And this little claw here, Yeah, we had lobster botany earlier, Barb. He looks delicious. Larry the lobster. Thanks, guys. So, yeah, he's okay. I mean, again, I'm really out of practice pen and inking. I really am. But I am enjoying it. I'm glad I'm doing the challenge. I think I want to darken those legs just a little on that side of the body so it looks like they're like a little bit behind his body right there. Now I have an urge to go watch these old 50 sci-fi movies. You're welcome, Janet. So anyway, guys, so there's Inktober day 12. So I hope y'all enjoyed the stream day. And I'll upload, I think this is 4th video for the day. Thanks, Vicki, for modding, and Carrie, and Janet, and Vicki. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Thanks for being here. Bye.